right, guys, Christmas season is in full swing. And right now, there's another special added to the BioStreetTraining.com training packages, which is the transformation package as well as the competition package. You still get the free Christmas t-shirt. You still get the specialization plugin. But now, I had 2018, I want to do a lot more personable stuff as well as in-person appearances. Heading in that direction, what I want to do is something a little special for you guys for Christmas. From December 4th to the 25th, in addition to the other two items, you'll also get a free 20-minute Skype with me. And it's not necessarily something that has to be about your goals and stuff. It's just something for me to get to know you a little bit better and be a little more personable. And that's kind of the direction I'm heading in. And I want to do that special thing right now for you guys, all the BioStreet Training clients. I appreciate your support. Heading into 2018, I am pumped and looking forward to working with you guys. I'm BioStreet and I approve this message, and we are out.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioStreet Raw TV. You'll have to excuse my voice again. I've had this cold for like almost 2 weeks now, and it like is your nose, your sinuses, your throat. Just sucks all the way around. So apparently, when you get this, you got it for like 2 weeks. So it's coming up on the second week now, which totally sucks. But anyways, I think it's kind of my raspy voice like this, a little sexy, but maybe I could keep my voice like this. But anyways, today we're going to talk about diet trends of 2017. Now, in this article that's on Life Advantage, they said that 2017 is the year of the vegetables. Is what they're calling it. Sounds like, the Chinese New Year, year of the rabbit, year of the snake, whatever. Plant-based proteins. That was the big thing this year. The good thing right now for 2017, they said diet-wise, it wasn't so IFYM junk food. It was actually clean. They called it clean. Actually, the article itself called it clean. Healthy food continues to be the focus of eating. And it talks about the trend. So the number one biggest trend, vegetables. And there's a shit ton of people going vegan. A lot of people doing more plant-based diets. They call it plant-based. They don't want to say vegan because they don't want to put themselves in a box or stereotype themselves. So they say plant-based, but that was the biggest thing of 2017. Another one, it was beet juice. Okay, I'm not really sure when this came into play, but there is beet juice in a lot of supplements now, and it does increase nitric oxide production, which helps with blood flow, helps with blood pressure and nitric oxide levels, contains vitamin C. This is something that's wound up, not so many people drinking it, but putting it in supplements. And it's pretty friggin' effective, to be honest with you. It's something that, honestly, if I was eating it as a food, I don't like beets, and I don't like beet juice. I've tried them both. I don't like them. So to get the effect from it, there's no way that I would consistently eat or drink that stuff. So supplements is another way to go. So that was another big thing this year. Black currants. It said also these are small antioxidant-rich berries that have been shown in New Zealand studies to increase fat loss by up to 1/3 during exercise. Okay, increase fat loss by eating these berries. Here's the deal. Acai berry came out. I don't know if you guys remember acai berry. When this hit the market, I think Oprah did a story on it, and someone else, like Dr. Oz, I think, if that fucking quack. They did a whole story about it, and it was in the Washington Post, Washington Post, whatever the fuck it was we have here. People came flying into GNC begging me for it. Like, where's the acai berry? I can lose all this fat and this, that, and the other thing. And then they started making fat burners with acai berry in it. It was like caffeine, siphonephrin, white willow bark, and acai berry. Like, they were actually adding it to it, saying, well, now it's even stronger. And just like the black currants, really didn't show much at all. Like, nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. So, I mean, it's a trend, but it's bullshit. Another one is similar to the acai berry. Okay, so this is like repackaging acai berries. It said it's the maquai berries, M-A-Q-U-I, maquai berries. So these, higher antioxidant punch, 30 times higher than the average acai berry. So people are trying to get their antioxidants, and rather than just take an antioxidant formula, they have something sexier. Something that is new, exotic, the maquai berries. So instead of paying like $5, $6 for antioxidants, you're paying like $25, $30, $40 for these maquai berries, which basically, if you took a multivitamin, you're fucking covered there. Another one, I didn't know this one, watermelon seeds. It says they're full of magnesium, iron, folate, and good fats. Interesting, because nobody eats watermelon seeds, so why the fuck would you think it? He said roasted and flavored, they're delicious, low-calorie, nutrient-dense. Look for them flavored with olive oil and salt, cinnamon, sugar, or even lime juice and chili powder. Now, I don't know who the fuck eats these or who the hell does that, but I've never heard of that in my entire life. All year, I haven't heard one fucking person say, Jerry, you know what's fucking awesome? You should try it. It's a low-calorie meal. It's good for you. Watermelon seeds. Like, not once. I mean, pistachios, almonds, even peanuts. Like, I mean, all these other things, like, I mean, sunflower seeds, anything but fucking watermelon seeds, but whatever. So that was what was the good. What's hot? Coconut in all forms. That was still hot now. Bone broth, okay? So it's becoming more and more available at coffee shops and juice bars. It's full of collagen, which is important, okay? So right off the bat, if it's a source of collagen, I do feel like you should take it because we don't have a food source normally, and that's why our joints and cartilage tissue does not repair. We don't have a food source to repair that shit. So, actually, it's pretty good. Fermented foods, like sauerkraut, kimchi, kombucha, which I'm not really sure what that is. I've seen it. Excuse me. Kefir, tempeh, they all contain probiotics. I believe that if you want to take a probiotic pill and you want to do it through food, you can use one of these products or these foods. I think it's the Bubby's sauerkraut. I think it's called Bubby's. Dave Palumbo talked about it, and I actually used to eat that, but now I just take a fucking pill because I just don't feel like eating a lot. The best diet plans also focus on this year on vegetables. It was like the Mediterranean diet, the flexitarian, combination of flexible and vegetarian diet. I thought it was like flexitarian. Honestly, when I heard that first, I thought it was eating to gain muscle. Like flexitarian, that's what I actually thought it was. But apparently it's a combination of flexible diets and vegetarian, which means if you're eating a vegetarian diet and just doing random vegetables to hit your macros, it's flexible dieting. It's not necessarily vegetarian. Like, people try to fucking make up all kinds of shit to make it new and sexy. Basically, you could be a vegetarian, just do flexible dieting. You don't have to call it flexitarian or whatever the fuck it is. Excuse me. The raw food diet. Okay, so it sounds great. It's about eating uncooked, unprocessed foods. Unfortunately, people who try to follow this diet, they find it too complicated, impractical, expensive, and not very tasty. They said it's usually more plant-based, of course, because you're not eating raw chicken and shit like that. But not a good idea. They're saying this was a bad idea for this year. The HCG diet. I believe this thing fucking sucks. It's a low-calorie diet. 500 calories a day combined with HCG, which has never been shown to do anything as far as fat loss. But a 500 calorie a day diet, if you try this, you need your fucking head examined. I mean, plain and simple. Master cleanse. Drinking a mixture of squeezed lemons, maple syrup, cayenne pepper, several times a day for 10 days. This has been out for fucking 20 years. This is not new. So it just made like a comeback. Excuse me. This fucking thing's killing me. In 2017. One food diets, which is basically cabbage soup for 7 days. I don't know. I guess when people are desperate, they'll try anything. And it says the ugly. So that was the bad, the ugly. So good, the bad, the ugly. Chaga mushrooms. Not really sure. It's like antimicrobial, antioxidant properties. They're bitter and they're disgusting. They say you drink it in tea or a powder form, but they're fucking bad. Excuse me. Algae fats. Contains EPA and DHA. Great source of omega. But again, they smell like shit and taste like shit. Okay. Seaweed. Speaking of not very pretty. They're calling it the new kale. Seaweed is low in calories and fat, providing vitamins A, blah, blah, blah. It's a great snack to stave off hunger, but you can eat a fucking ton of it. So this is like, it's ugly looking and it smells weird and etc. And ugly produce was the biggest trend that was different this year. And that was produce that are like knobbly tomatoes, carrots, double roots with the carrots, apples that aren't perfectly round. A lot of that produce goes to waste. Now they're saying that it's ugly because it looks ugly, but that produce goes to waste and you can sometimes get it on sale. They're saying go to Whole Foods and you'll be able to save money by buying the ugly produce, even though it's the same thing as the other stuff, but it just looks fucked up. I don't know. I've never heard of this shit in my life, and I'm glad that I found this because apparently I was living under a fucking rock all year and wasn't paying attention to this. But then again, when you find something that works, and I've been doing the same shit that works for me and my clients over and over again for like 20 years, why the fuck would I be looking for some kind of gimmick? All these foods have been around for fucking hundreds of years. I mean, it's not fucking new. There's nothing new that they have found that takes the place of a fat, a protein, and a carb. Nothing. There's nothing. You have fats, proteins, and carbs. Once you figure that out, excuse me, it's just a matter of finding foods that you can stomach and eat and do it consistently to make sure that you get in shape and you're healthy. But overall, I think it's a pretty good list. We'll see what 2018 has rolling in, but I do see the plant-based thing going a little bit further. A lot of people are talking about it, but I also know many people throughout the years, 25 years I've been doing this, that don't agree with eating meat, health reasons, moral reasons, and they cannot stick to it long term, let alone lifelong. So I'm interested to see who falls off the wagon in 2018 from I was just doing vegetarian or vegan, but now I'm vegetarian because I eat eggs. I have people that I know. They were fucking straight up vegan. They were raising their kids as vegans. Next thing you know, the mother was not vegan anymore because the fucking doctor told her to stop fucking around. The kids were getting malnourished. The kids were vegetarian again. Instead of vegan, they became vegetarian. And now even the husband is gone to pescatarian where he eats fish, eggs. It's interesting to see who can really stick to it because, let's face facts, that lifelong commitment is a long fucking time. I'm Biosphere and I approve this message. Excuse me. And we're out.